How Taylor Swift referenced Travis Kelce during her ERAS tour show in Dublin. Taylor Swift's ERAS tour is in Dublin, Ireland through the weekend at Aviva Stadium. Travis Kelce is top of mind for Taylor Swift as she embarks on her ERAS tour stop in Dublin, Ireland. The 34-year-old singer was in the middle of performing Midnight Rain on Friday night at Aviva Stadium when she emphatically struck Kelce's Archer pose, which drew boisterous approval. As everyone knows, Kelce famously strikes that pose just before he runs out onto the field with the rest of his Kansas City Chiefs teammates. Yes, Swift has used the same pose in the past when she belted out The Archer, which she cut out of her setlist back in May to make room for new songs from her latest album, The Tortured Poets Department. Even so, that didn't stop her from pulling off the Archer pose last week at Wembley Stadium in London while performing So High School in front of Kelce and friends. That song, featured on Swift's surprise double album, The Tortured Poets Department, the anthology, is rumored to be about the three-time Super Bowl champion. But the Archer pose wasn't the only sweet Kelce reference on Friday night in Dublin. According to Page 6, Swift also re-wore her Tiffany & Company diamond wire ring, which features the couple's diamond-dotted initials. Swift is performing in Dublin through the weekend before enjoying a few days off and resuming next week in Amsterdam. Ahead of her performance in Dublin, Swift shared the lovely note and bouquet of flowers U2 sent her way. Swift reacted on her Instagram story saying, "Already feeling that Irish hospitality," and thanked the legendary Irish rock band for always being the classiest and coolest. The note read, "Dear Taylor, welcome back to our hometown. Leave some of it standing. Your Irish fan club." The note was signed by frontman Bono, guitarist The Edge, bassist Adam Clayton and drummer Larry Mullen Jr. And speaking of awesome hospitality, Dublin's traffic police department, a la the British Army, got in on the action by performing Shake It Off, which drew a large crowd on the streets of Dublin. But that's not all. The city created an enormous sign on a Dublin beach to welcome the midnight singer. According to a local radio station, the gigantic Ireland Taylor's Version sign was the size of 2 Olympic swimming pools. By the way, for anyone wondering why Kelce strikes his Archer pose before running out for each game, the NFL star explained it back in October on his New Heights podcast. "I do the Archer pose when I enter the stadium because I wanted to do something when I ran out of the tunnel," he said. "What's really been motivating for me is to dream big, always shoot for the stars. So, I'm always out there shooting for the stars." And dream big he did. What started out as a failed attempt at giving her a friendship bracelet resulted in the creation of the world's most famous couple.